Have you ever been in love?
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're soulmates, yeah.
I thought I was at one point, but I don't think I was looking back on it now.
Yes, it's fantastic to be in love.
My name is Peter Shields and I'm 74 years old.
My name is Matthew Bailey. I'm 19.
My name's Isabella Falzon. I'm also 19. Been together for 2 years.
What does love mean to me? Love, I think, takes a lot of forms. I think having security, having that feeling that you're two people are one, basically.
Matt makes me feel like home.
Izzy, she feels like my home.
Like I can say or do anything around him and I won't be judged.
You know, being with her just makes me like warm inside. I feel complete.
The one thing I'd say to the younger generation is if you do find love, grab it with two hands. It doesn't come along very often. It is hard to find somebody compatible with you, give you, you know, like goosebumps when you see them.
When I first saw Izzy, no, I didn't think I'd love her.
When I first saw Matt, I wouldn't say that I would love him, but I just felt like an instant, kind of connection, even though we didn't really talk.
We were at the front, we just let people go on the Uber, and I just turned to her and I was like, I think I'm in love with you. I just felt like it was the right moment.
Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to stay in that moment forever.
It was perfect.
I joined the Army in 1970 and went to Kapuka to the basic training because one of my mates was going to have an engagement party. So I went to the engagement party and I met Christine there. The moment I first loved her, it wasn't a moment actually, it was time, but there's a feeling you get just a feeling that this person's the right person and everything she sort of does and her presence is something that you love. It comes to be part of you.
I think we maintained our relationship after leaving school by just always making time for each other.
Yeah, even when our schedules didn't align, we still made time for each other.
You know, when you're in a war zone, is thinking about your loved ones and the next day what might change your life. We sailed into Sydney Harbour on the HMAS Sydney. I was on the deck and all these civilians came up and Christine was among them. When I saw her, utter joy and surprise, because I wasn't expecting her. Just fantastic feeling after being in that environment, coming back and getting back into a normal sort of life. Fortunately, the Sydney Morning Herald photographer was there and reporter, and they got a picture of us on the deck as well.
My name's Natalie and I've been a marriage celebrant for almost 13 years. I think my perspective on love hasn't necessarily changed throughout my career as a marriage celebrant, but perhaps my understanding of what love is perhaps has changed. Love's different to everybody, and what people find endearing and love about someone can be different.
To be honest, the first thing that I noticed in my husband and I fall in love was how shy he was. And I love that he was really caring, responsible, really clever and educated. So step by step we fall in love. It was not like a love of the first sign, but it took time, but we are really happy that we had this decision that we want to be a married couple.
Love in a marriage is something that is hard fought and won.
Well, you have your arguments, but I mean, 10 minutes later, it's, Mother's Day, it never really ever happened.
No, I don't think it's 10 minutes later, Don.
Well, about, what, 3 or 4 days, is it?
No, it's about...
I do believe in soulmates, but probably not the traditional idea of what a soulmate is. I feel that you could have several soulmates in your life and you might not have any.
I really believe in soulmates, but I believe it takes time to find the feeling that it's really true.
I do believe in soulmates.
Yeah, I think Matt's my soulmate.
If you do find somebody you love, we had 43 years together, which is a record for me, being so long in a relationship of any sort. And if you really find somebody that's compatible paddle with you. It's just a great ride, great life. Yeah.
I think the experience of heartbreak is, again, unique to everybody.
I met somebody overseas, and then I wanted to go back to Europe to be with her, and she said yes, and then when I got there she started to change her mind. Completely ruined me, yeah. It felt like a nightmare. Physically, it's like getting punched in the stomach. You're just breathless. But yeah, emotionally, psychologically, I mean, you can't stop thinking about it.
When somebody else potentially doesn't see the value or the future in the relationship, and you do, and that can be heart-crushing.
I found a real sense of sort of hopelessness, you know what I mean? You just can't imagine what it was like not to feel like this.
It's like hitting your head against a brick wall. You're not going to do anything except hurt you in the end. Although I am a marriage celebrant, I have done a few funerals as well, so I find that you don't get to grieve unless you've loved.
Loving somebody that's passed away is very hard, actually. You have memories all the time. You see other people doing things together and you think that could have been me or was me, us, and it's very hard, and especially with seeing the grandkids growing up, children growing up. I know that she loved that part of life and missed it so much it makes it hard to sort of reflect on it.
I think everyone just needs to work through their own process, and sometimes they can be so debilitating emotionally and physically that they need to ask for help.
Well, it was the first time I'd ever liked someone at all, so it's kind of a new feeling in general. But looking back on it, I can see how maybe we weren't right for one another and how there were kind of differences in what we were looking for and that sort of thing, you know?
It's not the end of the world, and that you need to be patient, and it will change.
You can find new experiences and become the person you need to be through whatever it is, whether it's heartbreak. That heartbreak could still have been from a soulmate that you just needed to have in your life at one point.
You don't get to grieve if you don't love, and you don't get to be heartbroken if you don't love. So they all go hand in hand, but I think if you try and save yourself from grief and save yourself from heartbreak and heartache, then that would mean not loving, and that would be a pretty sorry existence, I think.